Greetings of the day and warm welcome to one and all present. Post independence and partition, our country was divided into two parts, India and Pakistan. Pakistan consisted of two geographically and culturally separate states. The western zone was termed West Pakistan and the eastern zone was initially termed East Bengal and later East Pakistan. Although the population of two zones was almost equal, political power was concentrated in West Pakistan and it was widely ascertained that East Pakistan was being exploited economically, which led to grievances. Administration of the two territories that were in different geographical locations was also a challenge. Language controversies, ideological, political and cultural differences, economic disparity and disadvantage, negligence in relief measures during the 1970 Bola cyclone, considered one of the deadliest tropical cyclones, and the eventual systematic killings in East Pakistan led to a bitter uproar, which finally led to the proclamation of independence and the War of 1971, leading to the creation of a new nation named Bangladesh. Well, life is beautiful. Enjoy every moment as it gives you many chances and opportunities to be extraordinary. All you need is a will to start afresh. If you think life is over once we have completed our designated jobs or if we have failed, think again. Even objects can be upcycled or recycled. This world is beautiful, always waiting for us. So believe in yourself and enjoy your next innings, irrespective of what time they come in your life. Let us now watch a story. This short and sweet story talks about the Singh, motivating us to cherish our life and remember that life always gives us a second chance.
कल थी कली आज हो फूल, क्या करोगी बन के फूल। बोलो बोलो मेरी लाली। माला बनूं या गजरा बनूं, गुलदस्ता बनूं और घर पे सजूं। क्या बनूं मैं? तुम ही बताओ लाली। पहले ये बताओ अम्मा जी, ये सब कुछ बनने के बाद हम फूलों के साथ क्या होता है? तुम फूलों की जिंदगी छोटी जरूर होती है, पर तुम हो भगवान के बच्चे, आए हो खुशियाँ फैलाने, महकाते हो इस धरती को, सबके आँखों के तारे। तो क्या हम हमेशा ऐसे नहीं रहते? नहीं लाली, कुछ दिनों के बाद फूल मुरझा जाते हैं। फिर लोग नए फूल ले आते हैं। फिर क्या मुरझाने के बाद मेरी जिंदगी व्यर्थ हो जाएगी? इधर आओ मेरी लाली, मैं तुम्हें एक कहानी सुनाती हूँ। इसे देख रही हो? ये छोटा सा जो फूलदान है, ये एक समय एक शरबत का गिलास हुआ करता था। सच में? हाँ, 5 साल पहले मैं 6 ग्लासों का ये सेट खरीद लाई थी दिवाली पर, मेहमानों को जूस पानी पिलाने के लिए। फिर क्या, कुछ सालों तक इन ग्लासों ने मेरी खूब सेवा की। कुछ टूट गए जिन्हें मुझे फेंकना पड़ा, और कुछ में दरार आ गए। लेकिन इन सब के बावजूद इनकी जिंदगी खत्म नहीं हुई। मतलब जो टूट गए वो रिसाइकल होके नए चीजें बनने चले गए, और जिनमें दरार पड़ गई, जैसे कि ये जनाब, उनको मैंने थोड़ा सा संवार कर फूलदान बना दिया। अरे वाह, मानो पूर्ण जन्म। हाँ, या कहो सेकेंड इनिंग्स। हाँ, अपने निर्धारित कार्य या कर्तव्य पूरा हो जाने पर किसी वस्तु या प्राणी की जिंदगी खत्म नहीं हो जाती। अगर वो चाहे तो जिंदगी में अपने सेकेंड इनिंग्स की शुरुआत कर सकता है। बड़े पते की बात बताई आपने अम्मा जी। तो क्या आप सब बता सकते हैं कि लाली के जिंदगी में सेकेंड इनिंग्स हम कैसे ला सकते हैं? कमेंट्स पे अपने विचार जरूर शेयर करिएगा।
The video was a wonderful reminder of how second chances show up in our life and how grabbing these opportunities provide us with more than just a sense of purpose. However, if you observed and heard the video carefully, you may have heard how Ammaji enlightens the beautiful flower named Lali, that its youth may fade away, but its fragrance will sensorially be remembered by all. Similarly, India was abode to 5 war heroes whose contributions are still remembered when one confabulates about the War of 1971. Field Marshal Sam Hormizji Ramji Jamshedji Manekshaw, also known as Sam Bahadur, played a strategic role in the War of 1971. When India decided to help in the liberation and formation of a new country, Bangladesh, the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi asked Manekshaw if he was prepared to go to war with Pakistan. He declined, saying that most of his armoured and infantry divisions were employed elsewhere, and also pointed out the upcoming monsoon conditions. Indira Gandhi sought his advice and allowed him to handle the crisis on his own terms. He launched many operations in then East Pakistan, training and equipping Bangladeshi troops. He was concerned about maintaining discipline in the aftermath of the conflict. He issued strict instructions forbidding looting and stressed the need to respect and stay away from women. Manekshaw was also known for his compassionate behavior towards prisoners of war. He ensured that they were well treated by the Indian Army, made provisions for them to be supplied with copies of Quran, and allowed them to celebrate festivals and receive letters and parcels from their loved ones. He was honored with the Military Cross for Gallantry in 1942, the Padma Bhushan in 1968, and the Padma Vibhushan in 1972. Rameshwar Nath Kao, whose team was called Cowboys, is known as the architect of Bangladesh for his role in 1971 war. He was then the chief of Research and Analysis Wing RAW, India's external intelligence agency. When Kao took over the reins of RAW in 1968, things had begun heating up in the subcontinent. He raised RAW broadly along a blueprint that he had given the government, with 250 hand-picked operatives and analysts. The war was indeed a military victory, and the credit goes to Army, Navy, and Air Force. But the razor-sharp, decisive, and often ruthless Cow was the one working behind the scenes, and under whose leadership the RAW actively helped Mukti Bahini, the Bangladesh forces, to triumph over West Pakistan. This precipitated the Third War between the neighbors, which lasted for 13 days in 1971. A former head of the French External Intelligence Agency named Cow as one of the 5 great intelligence chiefs of 1970s. He was the unsung hero, and the contributions to India has no parallel in the hidden society of the intelligence community. Brigadier Kuldeep Singh Chandpuri was a major in the Indian Army during the 1971 war. He was commanding a company of Punjab regiments occupying a defended area in Rajasthan sector. On the 5th of December 1971, in the early hours of morning, the enemy launched a massive attack on this locality with infantry and tanks. Brigadier Chandpuri exhibited dynamic leadership in holding his command intact and steadfast. The Battle of Lonjuana was one of the first major engagements in the western sector during the Indo-Pak War of 1971, and being the commander of the regiment, he was left with the choice of either attempting to hold out until reinforced or fleeing on foot from Pakistani forces. Choosing the former, Brigadier Chandpuri lived up to the regiment by ensuring that all his assets were correctly deployed and made most use of his strong defensive position and weaknesses created by errors in enemy tactics. Brigadier Chandpuri led his men to hold back the advancing Pakistani forces and finally decimate them with the support of Indian Air Force. The valor he showed in the battle to stop the onslaught by Pakistani Army's Patton tanks, he was known to always be a fighter, be it for Chandigarh's civic issues or his last battle with cancer. For this, he was awarded the Mahavir Chakra, the second highest Indian military decoration, by the Indian government, among many others, like Samar Seva Star, Vishishtha Seva Medal, Samanya Seva Medal, and many more. The 1997 film Border, based on Battle of Lonjuana, showed Brigadier Chandpuri's heroic efforts in the battle. Actor Sunny Deol had played the role of Chandpuri in the movie.
The next war hero is Major General Ayan Kardozu. Towards the end of the war, Cardozo stepped on a mine and his leg was badly injured. Due to non-availability of morphine and absence of medics, his leg could not be amputated surgically. Faced with the threat of the gangrene spreading in his body, Cardozo used his own kukri, a curved knife, to amputate his leg. Later, a Pakistani military doctor captured by the Indian forces operated on him. He is the first NDA cadet to receive both gold and silver medals. The gold medal is given to the cadet of the passing out course for best all-round performance. The silver medal is given to the cadet who is first in order of merit. He had set a great example for people with disabilities, and he even shared his life motto, which he follows and was given to him by Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. The motto was to do what you love what you do, to never be afraid and to never give up. He is an amputee due to a war injury. He was the first war disabled officer of the Indian Army to command a battalion and a brigade. The final war hero is Flying Officer Nirmal Singh. He was the pilot of a CNAD detachment based in Srinagar for the air defense of the valley against Pakistani attacks. Even though alone, Officer Sikon engaged the enemy in an unequal combat. In the fight that followed, at tree-top height, he almost held his own, but was eventually overcome by the sheer weight of numbers. His aircraft was shot down by a gunfire of one of the Sabris and he was killed. The sublime heroism, supreme gallantry, flying skill, and determination above and beyond the call of duty displayed by Flying Officer Sikon in the face of certain death have set new heights in Air Force traditions. A statue in tribute of Nirmal Singh Sikon was erected at the District Court of Ludhiana. The bravery, flying skill, and determination displayed by Flying Officer Sikon against the odds of 1:6 earned him India's highest wartime medal for gallantry, the Param Veer Chakra.
Today, we would like to pay tribute to all their sacrifices and hardships that they went through for our country. And we remember their great qualities of hard work, will, determination, and let's take motivation from them and live our lives to the best of our capabilities and to enjoy our life and also to ensure that we respect each of our country fellow men. Thank you so much to all of you for being a part of our event. Thank you.